Hello, the game has started. It's my opponent to go first. Wow, great start for my opponent. 7 floaters for me. Now, do I have a bingo? It doesn't look promising as a 7, but there could be an 8. I've got the ing ending, but incurring is 2 R's. Can't see anything through that. I certainly wouldn't want to miss a bingo being behind, and I'm not going to score much with this rack if I can't bingo. I'm across to A. I can't see anything through that, unless Uranic is good. I don't think so. Now, the N's unlikely because that's 3 of them. What about the E? Well, I just can't see anything, so what to do about this? Do I have a double-double coming through this N, which isn't a bingo? Can't see anything. So what do I want to do to sort this rack out? Play off the duplicates I and N, play off the U. So a play of uni is the minimum requirement. I can... Oops, I can't do that there. NI is not good. I can do it above. And this disrupts the double-double lane to stop my opponent zooming further ahead and doesn't provide anything great. Not good. Close to Jerry can, but 1 tile away. I've got Gin with 1 and 2 N's. That could play above IN in row F. Actually, it could play above the O because nug is good. I think that's a new word which has come in. I would have injury through a U. Jug is good, but I don't have anything to go in front of NA. Oregon takes an S after it, nothing in front. Not too many opportunities on this board. And by that I mean for high-scoring short plays. Uni takes a T and an S after it, and an M in front. My opponent taking a while with this move. I hope they don't have a second bingo. Not least because my rack is pretty unbingoy. I'm not going to be able to play off the J, N and Y in one go. Or I'm unlikely to. I'm looking in column 11 to see if I've got anything through IN. I don't think so. I can't see many plays with this rack. It's really just Gin and Gin. I don't think Ginny is good with a Y. I can't see anything in column 6 placing my J on either of the triple letter squares. So at the moment it's Gin at F6, which is my play. But even with that, my rack leave of CRY is pretty ropey. Well, a very long time for my opponent. I'm 50 points behind, but there's plenty of time to catch up. UG takes an H after it as well as an S. And UG takes a Y in front. I don't have to play off the J, but at the moment Gin is looking the best Play. Still looking around for spots I haven't previously considered in case gin is blocked. Now JINNE is good, should my opponent provide an E. I would have crying onto a G, which would sort the rack out quite nicely and retain the J for score. Now hub has blocked my spot, but that's not surprising. There weren't too many great spots available. My C can go in front of hub. So do I have a play coming down? Cron is good, I think. A crony. Crony. That has got to be the play. Wow. 41 points. That's nice. And although this is non-bingo-y, it's pretty good because I've got Java and Jaffa and Gin. So I have and JA. So I have a number of J words on my rack, hopefully some of which will play. Adjiva is also on my rack, and that plays in column 5, making AY. That stays available. Glug takes an S after it only. Jing, not good. So I've got Adjiva, which is pretty good because the V and the J are the least bingo-y of my 3 high-scoring tiles, and I'm not going to be able to play off all 3. It does stop 1 square short of the triple word square row O, but that's not too much of a problem because Glug has already opened up a triple word square lane for bingos ending in S. So 35 points for Adjiva. Have I missed somewhere better? Well, I think even if I played in column 14 with my J on this triple letter square, it's not going to be obviously better than Adjiva. And since I'm behind, I quite like the idea of keeping the board open, and this certainly does that. Not only does this open up row O, it also opens up column 4, and the J is not remotely dangerous. Well, my rack is slowly improving. Slightly short of vowels. I've got the A and I of Adjiva to play through, but I can't see a bingo through either of those. Well, nice score for my opponent, who burns the blank. Now, is D-Wax good? I think it is, but I'm going to challenge. Yep. Now, I have an S for going after Glug and for going after Adjivas. I don't have anything for going under the X. So since I've got 2 S's, I don't particularly want to hang on to one, but I don't have a 5-letter play ending in S because I would need 2 vowels. So that's not available. So the best I could do would be FES, which is quite good because it takes out both triple word squares. It scores well, 33 points. I'm keeping an S for column 15. I'm keeping bingo-y tiles. I'd rather keep 3 than 4, but can't always have what you want. And the I of Adjivas is still available as a vowel to play through. But do I want to do this? Well, I think so. I can't see much else, and if I don't play down here, my opponent's likely to, and the rack leave is okay. But I could play finds, for example, in row L for 20 points, so 13 fewer points, keeping ERS, which is a much better rack leave. Is it 13 points better? Well, there's still a ton of E's to come. I'm going to go with this. Well, that hasn't worked out. I've still got only one vowel, and that's hampering my bingo prospects. The floating vowels are really just the I of Agivas and the U of Glug, which can take an S in front of it. But I don't have a bingo with either. I'm 40 points behind. I don't really want to take out the I, and can't score well. So I could play ponds and glugs. 31 points. That stays available. Dozing takes nothing in front of it. Again, having only one vowel, I can't score heavily in column 12. Only my S goes after uni. Dozing, I'm not sure if that takes an S. So what about playing plods, keeping NR, 30 points. Well, what about playing plod down here? 23 points. I think that's better. This is quite a good rack leave NRS, especially with the I. And I'm opening up row B, although P's not a great floater, and I'm keeping column 15 available, which is good since I have an S. I'm just looking in row M, wondering if a three-letter play across here is worth doing. That would be pod, but that would be keeping 4 consonants, and 3 consonants is a much better keep. So I'm going with this. Fantastic. What a beautiful rack. Only one vowel, but then it doesn't matter because I've got the blank, which can be a vowel. So I've got sarment and glugs, and that sticks the M on the double letter square, which is pretty good. I'm 52 points behind. Hopefully I can catch up some of that. Now I've also got sarment in column 4 and te, so I certainly am bingoing. And minarets in row L. But column 15 is the highest scoring spot. I can't see anything beginning FES running along row O. I may well have something through the U as well. I'm just contemplating what to do if column 15 is blocked. So a play in column 13 would place my S in front of the U. So something like transhume. Well, that doesn't work. It doesn't reach the double word square and doesn't overlap properly with plod. Okay, well, I think I'll wait and see what my opponent does. Still 2 S's to come, but no blanks now. And the board's quite open, so my opponent may not be minded to block column 15. So what I'm looking for is a good bingo and a good pickup. I should know if dozing takes an S, but I'm not sure on that. I can't see anything through the P. Great, just 22 points for my opponent. So, here we go. Sarment. $90. Fantastic. Not a great pickup. I've got a 16-point lead. So my wish for a good pickup has not materialised. My new hope is that my opponent doesn't have a high-scoring play straight away. And his player Chi has blocked a pretty handy floater. Column 4 still available for 7-letter bingos. And column 2 for bingos ending with D. And the E and R of Sarment are pretty tasty as well, although not as useful as a floater in the middle of the board. Now, what can I do with this rack? I've got the B for score, but I've got duplicates to sort out. Well, I can do that with ban or nab. But LNR is not a great triplicate. They're bingo-y tiles, but they lack synergy together, so a play of banal would be better. I could play banal and lay, but the score is pretty lame. I'd like to keep scoring, especially as I don't have a big lead. I could play ban in row M. 23 points. Only 3 A's to come. Well, my opponent's just gone there. So, what to do? Bar is also good, but that would keep duplicate N. 23 points for my opponent, which is good, not a big score. Ah, well, Bar plays in column 13. 24 points, but the rack leave of double N are pretty horrendous, although I note no N's to come. What about a play beginning next to the L? So I could play Alan, A-L-A-N. 20 points. Well, I don't particularly like the leave there. I need to keep in mind column 8, a play of Landau would go in that spot if I had the right tiles. 11 minutes on my clock, 35 tiles to come. I can't see anything ending with M rather, in column 1. Barman, if the M was in a different spot, or if it wasn't blocked by the D. Well, I could play Branley for 14 points, sorting the rack out totally, and obstructing useful floaters. Do I have a... The problem with that is the score is too dismal. It's good strategically, but score-wise, there might be something better. Now, what about placing my B on this triple letter square? Can't see anything there. Now, what about placing my B on this triple letter square coming down here? So I could play Bran now. Let me see what this looks like. This feels like it might be a decent move. 20 points, Rackley with ALN. Probably the best of the moves I've considered. It is opening up a new floater with the R, but there's already that floater available in Sarment. So is this better for 20? Or would it be better to play Branley, which would be just burning the L for 6 fewer points? Well, I don't think so. I don't think the L is costing me 6 points by having it on my rack. There's only 1 L to come and no N's. And only 3 A's, so I'm unlikely to be troubled by a hopelessly unbalanced rack. Pretty good. I have Aluron, and I think Aluron is good. My opponent bingos. Pretty annoying, but if Aluron is good, I'll be coming straight back with a bingo of my own. Now, 9 minutes left. Do I have anything ending in M? Don't think so. Do I have anything ending in T? Well, it's outlearn with these tiles. Is there an anagram? Don't think so. I'm going to try Aluron. I have a slight doubt about it, but not enough to not play it. This is probably going to be fatal if this comes off. Alurone 66. Pretty good pickup. And I'm just wondering, thinking back to my Bran play, if I had, well, Branley wouldn't have blocked it, but if I'd had the tiles I was thinking about playing in column 14, and without that bingo, my opponent didn't have that great a rack. Anyway, back to my own rack. Gosh, that looks close to something. But not much to consider. There's the M. Great, Alurone stays on. 26 points for my opponent, but my opponent is now 25 points ahead on a blocked board. That's not good. There's no N to come, so a column 14 ING play isn't going to happen. I don't have any scoring tiles. Column 2 is available for 9-letter plays ending ED. I don't really want to be relying on that. 15 tiles in the bag, 8 minutes on my clock. Column 14 is still an excellent bingo lane. In particular, a 7-letter bingo ending in S would play. So, what about just playing off 2 O's and keeping reeds? That's pretty good, rack leave. And can I play off those 2 O's in a way which attracts my opponent away from column 4, because reeds is such a good 5-letter rack leave. I wouldn't want my opponent to block column 4. So what about playing here? And this will hopefully lure my opponent, but it may lure him too much. He may be able to get 50 points by playing in column 14. I don't mind him getting 20 in row A. So what goes after PO? Well, H does, and P does, and W does. And there are O's out there. Well, it's only a problem if he can stick a high-scoring tile down here with a 5-letter play. But O is only 12 points. Maybe I can play elsewhere. If I played O to make O and OU, then my opponent could play in row D and obstruct column 4, so I don't want to do that. What about playing in column 9? Ob and OR. Well, still a similar problem. A 5-letter play could get 50 points. There's quite a few high-scoring tiles out there. F, H, P, V, and W, 5 of them. So where's the best place for double O? Which is going to attract my opponent, but not enable him to score a lot. Well, I'm thinking about playing here. If my opponent plays in column 14, if he doesn't have a massive 50-point play, if he gets 30, he'll be opening up column 15. And if I then bingo, I'll be neck and neck. And I've got to give him something to attract him. Yep, I'm going with this. I draw the F. I can't see a 7 here. Can't see a 7. Deffer's not good. How annoying, that is so close to a bingo. Anyway, I've got the F. There are still 13 tiles in the bag, which is a lot. So can I do a similar stunt of playing off just E, F? And I do want to play off an E with the F because there's a good chance I'll draw an E. Am I sure there isn't a bingo here? I've got the... Great, I thought my opponent had blocked something. He hasn't. He's actually got the E's. Now, I could play Fed across here. 27 points. And look what that achieves. Here, for 15 for my opponent, he hasn't taken the chance to zoom ahead. Now, that may be because he's got a really bingo-y rack, but hopefully not. But it means that my 27 is now going to bring me to 1 point behind with a very flexible rack leave, and I'm denying him the opportunity of a big score in column 14. So he's really got to bingo, or he'll struggle for score, I think. Let's see. Not good, too many vowels. But I have the V rather, for score. That is disappointing. But I guess that's what comes with keeping an equal number of vowels and consonants rather than a greater number of consonants. So that was a problem which I partly invited upon myself, but I am only 1 point behind. I could play Ava in column 8. Now the remaining tiles, lots of I's. Well, hopefully they're sitting all on my opponent's rack. 8 vowels and 15 tiles. Well, my opponent plays no I's. So, do I have a play which ends with the M? There are 6 tiles left. I'm partly thinking play Ava and still hope for a good pickup and a bingo. Unlikely, because I'm likely to draw an I, and that's not very friendly with this rack, unless I play off 2 vowels, but then I'd be retaining the V, which is non-bingo-y. And if I play off 2 vowels and the V, I'm keeping an equal number of vowels and consonants, and again I'm inviting a vowel-heavy rack. So one thing I'm thinking of doing is trying to just score as much as possible. I'm 20 points behind. So all I'm doing is catching my opponent, and then he's going ahead. Still the R of Bran available. 4 minutes on my clock, not much. I've got Ava, only 18, nothing fabulous there. No R's for drawing overarm. ED still available. I don't want to burn column 4 and can't really get good value from that without a bingo. No plays down onto the U, although I would have Avure. Maybe Ava is good. As in it's blocking my opponent from using that spot, and the board's fairly tight. And this is obstructing him from sticking the H underneath this E. Now the T was available as a floater, but I'm pretty sure there wasn't a bingo here. What an unpromising rack leave, A-E-O-R-S. I'd much rather play that O as well. Can I do that? Is there anywhere for over or avo? 2 minutes on my clock. Noda not good. Vor is good. It's killing a bingo lane, but it's not a great bingo lane. That rack leave is much better. My opponent may be drawn to play in column 8, in which case he'll be providing 1 new floater, which might be all I need to bingo. I've got to hope I don't draw a ton of vowels. And I don't. I have heaters and reheats and ethers. Wow! And that means my opponent may be plagued with eyes. There's only 3 tiles left in the bag, and there are 4 eyes unseen. That is a fabulous pickup. However, I've made myself vulnerable in the sense that there's pretty much only 1 bingo lane. Column 4, except there are others. There's column 1, column 2, there's row O. Do I have anything ending with a T? 2 minutes on my clock. Theatres is the tiles. Earth, do I have earth set? EA, yes, fantastic. I have earth set. Superb. And that sticks the H on the double letter square. Wow, that is one fortunate pickup. I'm 9 points behind, or 8 points behind, but I'm guaranteed to bingo. There are only 3 tiles in the bag, so if my opponent empties the bag, I bingo and it's game over. Now, the only thing which might be better than Earthset would be a bingo in column 1. I have Erathums, the letters for Erathums. That doesn't play. I'm not sure if Erathums has an anagram. I don't think so. Oh, well, I'm really glad I played off that extra O rather than playing Ava. But maybe I'm just lucky that I didn't draw an I. But it's strange to think that there were 4 I's and my opponent didn't have some of them on his rack. Well, we shall find out in a moment. Six minutes on my opponent's clock, 2 minutes on mine. Now, the only thing which could scupper my plans would be if he had a bingo of his own. For example, if he had a bingo in row O, using the W or the P, a bingo for me in column 4, heaters, for example, may not be enough. So, the game is not over. My opponent does have an 8-point lead. But does he have a bingo ending in T? What about an IEST ending? Can't see anything. He would have the ism ending in column 1. Can't see anything there. So the remaining tiles don't look great. My opponent, he's played 8 for just 9 points. He's blocked Earthset, which is pretty annoying. Heaters, ethers, and reheats all score the same. Ah, my opponent's left one in the bag, so I do need to think about what I play here. I'm 17 points ahead. Well, yeah, I don't want my opponent to get value from the H, so I think I'll play ethers. One minute on my clock. Ethers. The only alternatives were column 2, well, that wouldn't get doubled. And column 1, well, I can't see anything, so it's just a choice between the 3 anagrams of ethers. And I draw the W. Now, my opponent does have one more go, so if he bingoed now, he would win, but he's not going to. He's got 3 I's, and he's not going to bingo with that. And if he's not going to go out, I get another turn. So where can I play my W? Well, there's OW for 9, Jew for 7. Twait, not good. Wed for 7. My opponent may play in column 8. He could play soup in that spot. Oh, I've got where, W-H-E-R-E, for 11. I think that's the best I've seen so far. Just scanning the board, not particularly methodically. Okay, so it's where is my first choice, ow is my second. It's possible both would be blocked, but unlikely. But in any event, my opponent has to bingo to win. If he doesn't bingo, wherever I play my W, I win. And my opponent doesn't bingo. He plays poise for 20. So I've got where for 11, but now I've got ow for 13. So that's my play. Just wait for my opponent to formally end the game. Well, he doesn't do that. He has lost contact or quit, and the game is adjudicated in my favour after a wait of 3 minutes. So the final score, 403 to my opponent, 457 to me, a winning margin of 54 points. So a pretty exciting game. Let's see what I missed. It was my opponent to go fast, and he had a fabulous start with Oregon. This was my rack. Oh wow, there was a bingo. Unironic. Well done if you spotted that. I didn't see it. Unironic, D6. Well, that would certainly have been a great play. So I missed that, and I played something pretty lame, Uni for 12. Now, this was my opponent's rack, pretty awful. He plays Hub. I'm able to play Crony, which looks good. My opponent's rack's still awful. Plays Glug. And now I have a Jiver for 35. Jiving also available, which I didn't see for 34. Also worth considering, but I think a Jiver a better play. Horrible rack for my opponent, although he does have the blank. He plays D-Wax for 62. My rack, E11. Fringed. Oh, a double-double through Ing. That would have been really nice, 48 points. Instead, I do Fez for 33, so certainly Fringed or Fringes a better play. My opponent's rack, not good. He plays Dozing. And now this is my rack, and as you can see, nothing great. The combination of score and rack leave pretty samey for all of them. And I think Plod's in that category. Now my opponent plays Chi, and my rack turns around. I have Sarment for 90, that looks best. Although there might be an argument for playing down column 15, sacrificing points to avoid providing floaters. Let me just reply to my opponent. He did mention in his finger notes that he sometimes has connection problems, so I shan't be no playing him. Now, this was my opponent's rack. That looks pretty good. No bingo though. He plays Met, my rack, A13. Well, that's what I consider Baal down here, but I didn't like the rack leave. Duplicate N. Bran for 20, although 4 fewer points is a much nicer rack leave. No duplicates and a good and a better vowel consonant balance. Now, great rack for my opponent. He's got Ticklier in 2 spots. And very fortunately, I think, I'm able to come back with Allurone. Although, what I didn't consider was Alluron for more points in column 4, making Nay. Okay, so at this point, I'm 1 point ahead. My opponent does have eyes, and I think he keeps them for a while. What does he do? He plays Yar for 26. Oh, wow, I have Rodeos on my rack, and I missed that. And that's a pretty shameful miss. That's a high probability bingo. Rodeos and say, oh well. Something to learn from. And I played U, which I still like for the reasons stated. My opponent's got a horrible rack, although I didn't know that. He played here. Great, I didn't miss another bingo. And I played Fed for 27. I could have played Fade for 30, keeping ERS, and maybe with the vowels to come, Fade would have been a better play. Although, yeah, the rack leave after Fed is still pretty good. AERS. It's just slightly vulnerable to vowels. My opponent plays Poot. And now this was a tricky rack. I ended up playing Vor, and I like that because of the rack leave. And none of the other rack leaves are anything like as good. And since I felt I wanted to give myself the best chance for the bingo, since I was 20 points behind and there are a few opportunities for big scores without bingos, I like Vor. Now, this was my opponent's rack. He plays 8, blocking Earth set, but I'm able to play Ethers. But look at that, there was Heartseed available through ED. I didn't know that word. Here are all the eyes. My opponent plays Poise, and I go out with Ow for 13. So a pretty exciting game. I did miss a couple of bingos with Unironic and Rodeos, but that happens, and in any event, it's good to win. So I hope you enjoyed watching that, and I will see you next time.